Welcome back to the final installment on lines and angles. Let's get started. As you may have guessed, it's a diagnostic test. So as always, I recommend you to pause the video, solve the problem, come back and watch again and see if you got it right. If you did, good. If not, please make note of what happened. Why did you get it wrong? So when you have a chance to reflect on what went wrong, you have some information handy to go over to make sure that you don't make a similar mistake in the near future, right? Without further delay, let's get started. In the first problem, you're told lines L and M are parallel and it's bisected by a line. What is the value of X? For time being, if you call this entire angle as Y, that means Y plus 75 adds up to 180. That's based off of the theorem that we have, right? And we know Y is nothing but X plus 50. So substitute for Y in this expression would give you X plus 50 plus 75 is 180. So X equals 180 minus 125 is 55, right? If X is 55, Y is oh, we don't need Y, we only want X, sorry. Y is something I created. So X is 55. Right. We have two lines L and M that are parallel. What's the value of Y? There's probably more than one way to do it. I'm just going to show you one of the ways. This angle is 2x plus 15. So this angle should be 2x plus 15 as well, because these two angles are opposite and they're equal. Okay, 2x plus 15 should be equal to Y because 2x plus 15 and Y are alternate interior angles, right? So that means 2x plus 15 should be equal to Y, right? And we know X plus Y adds up to 180. So substitute for Y in this expression would give you 3x plus 15 equals 180. 3x equals 180 minus 15 is 165. So X would be 165 over 3 is 55. But we are asked to determine the value of Y, right? So X plus Y is 180. So Y is 180 minus 55 is 125. Right, in the figure above, lines L and M are parallel and BD bisects angle ABC. What is the value of X, right? If this angle is 108, this angle would be, let's call it Y. 108 plus Y equals 180. So Y equals 72 degrees. So we know this angle, right? If this angle is 108, this angle is 108 as well because they are alternate interior angle. Because BD bisects this angle ABC, these two angles should be equal. So angle ABD equals 108 over 2, which is 54 degrees, right? Now, why did we determine Y in the first place? So we can use the theorem, sum of the internal angles of a triangle equals 180. So 72 plus 54 plus X equals 180, right? So what is X? I believe it's 54. 180 minus 54 minus 72 is 54. All right, this problem is very tricky because no information is provided other than the fact that line AB bisects angle DAC. That's the only critical component or a critical piece of information that you have. And we know angle DAB is A, right? Because BA bisects angle DAC, these two angles should be equal, which means this angle is also a degree, right? Which means if you call this Y, because we want to solve for this angle, right? Let's call that Y. Because these two lines are parallel and this line is bisecting this line right here, these two angles should be equal. So I'm going to call this y. That means y plus a equals 180 degrees, right? So y plus 2a equals 180 degrees. So y equals 180 minus 2a. Because this angle right here is 180 minus 2a, this should also be 180 minus 2a. So the correct answer is 180 minus 2a. Right. This problem is an extension of the problem we just finished. AB and CD are parallel, and BC and DE are parallel. And so if AB and CD are parallel and this line is bisecting, this angle should be X. And if DE and BC are parallel and this line is bisecting or connecting these two lines, then this angle should be 65, right? So 65 plus 68 plus X equals 180, right? So X should be, I think it's 47. 180 minus 65 minus 68 is 47. Right, this is an interesting problem. You're told that lines R and T are parallel and this angle is 35, right? So we know that this angle is 90. That means this angle should be 90 as well, right? So A plus 60 is 90 degrees, right? Does that make sense? Right. Because this line is bisecting this line right here, C should be equal to 35 degrees. So A should be 90 minus 35. I believe that is 55. 55. So A is 55 degrees, right? And C is 35 degrees. So what is B? C plus B equals 180, right? If C is 35, B is 180 minus 35. That'll be, what is it? 180 minus 35 is 145. So A plus B would be 55 plus 145 is, I think it's 200. Yep, 200 degrees. Right, this is a very, very easy problem. As it's written here, this portion, let's call it, say, x1. x1 plus x equals 360, right? This is covering essentially 3/4 of the way, right? So x should be equal to 270, right? That means x1 should be 90. Similarly, y, and let's call this y1. Y plus y1 is 360. Y covers 3/4 of the angle. That means y should be 270. Means y1 should be 90. You're asked to solve x plus y. So x plus y would be 270 times 2, which is 540 degrees. And they asked for y1 and x1, then you know it's 180. So the answer is 540 degrees. All right, we're coming to the end of this diagnostic test. You have to draw an imaginary line that's bisecting this. Okay, and it says figure is not drawn to scale. PQ is parallel to ST. What's the measure of this angle Q or S, right? So let's redraw this here. Okay. This time around, I'm going to make a little more effort drawing these lines. So we have Q, P, R, S, and T, right? This is 110, and this is 145, right? So we are asked to solve this angle. For time being, let's call it X. Because let's actually extend it as well. You can extend it if you want. You don't have to do that, by the way. Because these two lines are parallel and this line is bisecting these two parallel lines, this angle should be 110. Similarly, this angle should be 145 because they're alternate interior angles, right? Now 110 plus 145 plus x is nothing but 360 degrees, right? So x is 360 minus 110 plus 145. Very simple. So 360 minus 110 plus 145. So that's 105. And that's it. We're done with the diagnostic test. As I mentioned at the start of the series, this is not a comprehensive collection of information on this topic. I've been making separate videos on lines and angles from various perspectives. So continue to stay tuned to my channel for more videos on this topic, right? So thank you for watching. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. Your support is hugely appreciated. Stay tuned for more videos. All right, I'll see you then. Bye-bye.